Welcome to Retire with James. Today's topic, reconnect with friends. My parents had this amazing group of friends. I think it was 7 or 8 couples that they got together with throughout my childhood and long after I left home. And they just kept those friendships going for decades. And it was just a great opportunity for them to get together, play cards, have a get together, bring families together. One of them had a camper, and so they would go to a local lake not far from where we all grew up, and they would invite everyone to come down for a lunch or dinner, cook hot dogs, hamburgers on the grill, and just sit around in the sun and maybe go swimming for the day. It was just a lot of fun. One of those families had a son, and Tom, and he and I became friends in grade school, and we've been friends ever since, still to this day. So those kind of friendships when you're retired are extremely important. And reconnecting with old friends that you haven't seen in a very long time, and maintaining relationships with the friends you have currently today. You can't have too many friends. In fact, I remember when Evan, my youngest son, was in grade school. I'm not sure the age. And we were talking about friendships, and I said, you don't have to have a lot of friends, but just have a few really good friends. Well, that evening, getting ready for bed, I was talking with my wife, and she said, Evan came up to me today and said that you had said that he could have a few really good friends. And he said, Mom, I would like a lot of really good friends. I thought that was so funny. But hey, the more the merrier. Some of us aren't as good at socializing as others. So I have a few buddies that just have all kinds of friends. They don't go on vacation alone. They always have a group of friends they go and do something with. My wife and I, our vacations were a time to reconnect with the kids. And then after the kids grew up and left, we kind of just did our thing because I traveled so much that I really didn't have time on just the weekends to go and reconnect with someone else when I needed to reconnect with my own family. I was gone Monday through Friday. And so I needed to reconnect with my wife and my children since I was gone so much. So actually, I don't have this huge group of friends. So I need to work on reconnecting with some old friends and working on the relationships with the friends that I now have. So let's talk more about that. Not long ago, my wife and I just decided to get in the car and just drive to Columbus, Ohio. Because of COVID, it's slowed down so many things for so many of us these last year or two that we didn't really plan on going anywhere particular, going into a mall and shop or anything like that. We just wanted to drive. It was a beautiful day, get out and just maybe go to a restaurant, get something, eat in the car. We had the 3 dogs in the back, and we were good. But we weren't 20 minutes from the house, and I said to her, hey, Columbus is where Tom and Jeff live. How would you like to get together with them? Maybe just not go in their house since COVID and all. We'll just sit outside. It is kind of a chilly day, but we'll just sit outside for a little while and talk. She said, yeah, that'd be great. So I sent them a text. Well, lo and behold, both of them said yes. And one of them even contacted another old high school friend. And so it was my wife and I and 3 guys that I went to high school with. And we all reconnected. Now, Tom, one of them, and Jeff, I have reconnected with already. But Joe, the other one, I hadn't seen him since high school. So maybe reach out to some old friends, and let those old high school things that happened, maybe a friend that stole your girlfriend, or the other way around. Forgive and forget, unless they're still married to them, and then let it go. But reconnect with them. Forget those old high school problems you had, and reconnect with a friend that maybe could really be a great time to get together and meet with them again. Maybe an old neighbor that you moved or they moved several years ago, and you were always doing things together. You got along great, but then once you moved or they moved, you just never got together again. Give them a call. Get together. Social interaction when you're retired is so important. Dr. Sanjay Gupta, I mentioned that book in one of my other videos. He talks about what seniors, people in general, need to do to keep their mind sharp. The book's title is Keep Sharp or Keeping Sharp. I just finished reading it. It's on probably behind me if you can see it somewhere. But it mentioned the social interaction is so extremely important for all of us. When I ride bikes, I enjoy just quick conversations with people along the trail when I'm getting my bike off or putting my bike back on the car, sitting and resting, having some water. And I might get in a short conversation. A couple times I've gotten in some rather long conversations with people. And not many of them have gone any further than just that conversation that day. Didn't plan to get together with them later or anything like that. We just had a nice conversation. And that kind of social interaction is so extremely important. Don't discount meeting new people. But I did create a few do's and don'ts. So let me get my notepad and we'll go through. Some do nots. You may not bring up your aches and pains in the first 15 minutes of conversation. Okay? The best Medicare coverage may not come up at all until at least the third visit. So let's not do the old people thing where we start talking about our aches and pains and what's the best Medicare program to go on in the first 15 minutes or first meeting with someone. Let that go till later. Your life's history with no listening skills. Those of us who don't have very good listening skills, I'm not one of those. I believe I'm a pretty good listener. My job, I had to be a very good listener to understand what people's needs were. So I think I kind of honed in on that skill of listening well. At least I hope I do. I think I do. But don't be one of those people who just gets together with someone and 30 minutes of you telling your story and them going like, I need to get out of here. But you don't really see that because you're too busy talking about yourself. So don't be one of those people. You may not refer to your dog as your child, ever. It's a dog. I have 3 dogs. One's right there. 2 more are right over there. Love them to death, but they're my dogs. They're my best friends too, but love them to death. Enjoy them. Go almost everywhere with them, but they're my dogs, not my children. And I treat them like dogs. Love them to death, but kind of limit the conversation unless the other person also has a dog and you two are off and running about dogs. Then it's great. Have at it. Now, some do's. I've loved riding this trail. Are there any others nearby? Questions like that can get someone else talking, and then you can interject and share a few things about bike riding. Ask them a question about, hey, do you stretch before you ride? I do a little bit, but maybe not enough. And it's just a conversation starter. It gets it going. It can be fun when you meet someone on a trail. I thoroughly enjoy just chatting with people along the way. Or when I'm out doing photography and getting in conversations about photography. But again, I don't try to inundate the conversation. Here's a never, never, never. in the first meeting, you start talking financial. Hey, I'm financially good. How about you? I say, time out. Ooh, look at that. I got to go. I'm out of here. Someone starts wondering about where your finances are since you're retired, unless maybe you're a financial planner, which I would suggest having, but not a conversation when you just meet someone and it seems kind of like you're delving into their finances. And if I'm on the listening end of that conversation, I'm going to make that conversation real short and be on my way because someone's trying to get too much information from me. So watch out for the financial stuff. So nurture your friendships. They're so important. So thank you. I ask you again, sign into YouTube, subscribe. That helps me out a lot. Thank you for listening and watching my video. Please share it with a friend. Thank you.